Joe to the morning show on the alternative station, CD 102.5. It's 8:49 now. Time for our weekly gaming report brought to you by Comic Town. Comic Town wants to remind you this Saturday at 12:01, return to Ravnica. It's the pre-release event. ComicTown.net will have all your details. Also brought to you by Ridenour Auto Group. We want you to ride in our cars. Chuck from Gaming Nexus in. How you doing, Chuck?
Too bad. Yourself, Joe?
Pretty good. What do we have this week?
Not too bad. First up, we have FIFA 13, which is coming out for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So as you may know, Joe, there's only about a month left in the MLS season, and then we're about a month into the English Premier League. So it's a pretty good time for soccer fans. You know, if you really court it, you can watch soccer all day.
Sure.
And it gets better this week.
Then when do I have time to play this game?
That's true. You could play it between halves.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably squeeze a quick game. Yep.
Sure.
So every year, the FIFA games are one of the top-selling games, not only because of the popularity of football, but because EA has continually done a great job of managing the franchise. This year's edition is more improvement than innovation, so we're not going to see the giant jumps in technology like we did with NHL 13, with Madden 13. But what they've really done is focused on kind of polishing and improving the product. So they've tweaked a lot of the physics engine. They've tweaked a lot of the player artificial intelligence. So the game is going to be a lot smarter. And so one of the examples of kind of the physics touches is something they're calling first touch control. So no longer when you pass the ball way downfield, it's not just going to attach itself to the boot of the guy with the ball, right? Like
First of all, you made a throwing motion when you said pass the ball.
I did.
You can't do that.
No.
I know enough about soccer to know that is not legal in that sport.
That was a throw-in.
Right.
You could also tell I played high school football.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. So now instead, when you get the long passes, this is an arching move.
Yeah. Right.
And so the ball's actually going to bounce unless the player's like really good and they kind of touch control it. But
right.
So it's a little more realistic, a little more kind of getting into more of that pure sim feel. They've also introduced these things called skill games, which are these little mini games that will teach you how to play the game. So it's good for like learning the dribble mechanics, and even advanced players. They've got some stuff where you can learn to really kind of improve your skills on the penalty shots and some of the passing exercises. Now, if you're a Crew fan, the Columbus Crew actually tweeted yesterday a picture of an alternate cover featuring Federico Higuain. So you can, if you don't like Lionel Messi, or if you want kind of that hometown touch, print it out, slip it in a flip case, and you got. When you
say, by the way, that this is one of the best-selling games of the year, is that true in the U.S.? Or I would assume it probably sells better outside of the U.S.
I would agree. I think it does sell, but it sells probably comparatively well to Madden.
Okay.
Which is more top.
Really, it's on the same level.
It's pretty close
around there as Madden. Okay.
I had the same. I'm
kind of surprised by that.
I was too. I looked in a couple years ago. There's a lot of people who play the game in the U.S. Obviously it's more popular outside the U.S.
Yeah.
But still, one of the number one games in the world.
Okay.
We actually got a copy a couple weeks ago. Our reviewer really liked it. It's not like a huge changes this year,
right?
But it's a lot of tweaks, a lot of improvements. You're getting a nice. It's like a whiskey that's been distilled 3 times.
Okay. FIFA 13 for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Real quick, Dead or Alive 5.
Dead or Alive 5. This is a new fighting game. It's been around. This series has been around for 16 years. They spawned 12 iterations.
I know fighting is very popular in the U.S.
Yes. Very source. This is an MMA though. The series always kind of stacks really well against like the Street Fighters and the Tekkens and the Soul Calibers. Unfortunately, the series is kind of known for its TNA elements. They've really kind of done vast strides in the world of, I'm going to call it, jiggle physics. The games are always really solid. Early reviews of this one have been popular. The TNA is a little over the top in some cases because there's just no way some of these ones.
Well, if you're at the point where you're buying Dead or Alive 5, you know where you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of, they've got some new stuff to make it a little more accessible for new people, which has upset some of the kind of the old vanguard of the Dead or Alive franchise. But the early reviews have been mostly positive.
Okay.
If you're a fighting game fan, this is it. This isn't something I'm going to go out. Personally, I'm going to spend money on. But if you like fighting games, it might be worth at least a rental.
Okay. That's Dead or Alive 5. That's for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
All right, 8:53.
CD 102.5.